Chapter 2253. The target is the Great World's origin. After clearing out the Black Blood Great World's hiding spot, Lin Moyu opened another space gate, heading towards the Black Tortoise battleground. The Vermilion Bird said,
"Based on our experience, the other two groups of Black Blood Great World people should already know about our actions. They may be prepared. We need to be careful."
The Black Blood Great World had their special communication methods. Their actions here would surely have alerted the other two hiding spots. They would certainly be prepared, waiting for them to arrive. The White Tiger didn't care.
So what if they're prepared? Even if they manage to get a few Supremes, I'll blow them away with one breath.
The Vermilion Bird said,
"Don't boast. Many of the Black Blood Great World's techniques are still troublesome."
The White Tiger said,
"Don't worry, I'm just saying. We've fought them before. What techniques haven't we seen?"
The Black Blood Great World had many strange techniques that had once caused trouble for humans, even tricking heavenly sovereigns. Although they were ultimately suppressed by the heavenly sovereign's powerful strength, those techniques were still unpredictable. Lin Moyu suddenly realized something.
"Do you think the Black Blood Great World people hiding in the Black Tortoise battleground might have other purposes?"
The White Tiger instinctively replied,
"They're just hiding. What other purpose could they have?"
The Vermilion Bird fell into thought because of Lin Moyu's words.
"You mean they might be trying to do something to the Black Tortoise?"
Lin Moyu said,
"It's just a guess. The Black Tortoise has purification abilities. If I were them, the first thing I'd want to deal with is the Black Tortoise."
The White Tiger snorted.
"Even if we're in deep sleep, we're not that easy to deal with. Especially that Black Tortoise, it has the thickest skin among us four. To deal with it, unless a heavenly sovereign from the Black Blood Great World takes action, even peak Supremes aren't enough."
Lin Moyu wasn't as optimistic as the White Tiger. Many things aren't determined by power levels alone. Who knows how many techniques the Black Blood Great World has? The Vermilion Bird said solemnly,
"Don't be too optimistic. Some things are hard to say. Don't forget the Black Blood Great World has the ability to pollute and manipulate bloodlines."
The Vermilion Bird's words made the White Tiger's expression change slightly, but it still stubbornly said,
"Anyway, I believe the Black Tortoise will be fine. It's best if nothing happens."
Space gates opened one after another as they traveled at the fastest speed to the Black Tortoise battleground. Following the White Tiger's bloodline tracking, they finally located a spot very close to the center of the Black Tortoise battleground. The starry sky here was dark, filled with a special aura. The Vermilion Bird frowned as soon as it left the space gate.
"They've indeed made a move against the Black Tortoise."
The White Tiger shouted,
"Then what are we waiting for? Let's go."
Despite acting the most confident, it was now the most anxious to act. The three rushed towards the central area at top speed. For now, they put aside the Black Blood Great World and focused on checking on the Black Tortoise first. The dark aura grew thicker, and bloodlines appeared, crossing the starry sky like a large net, flying towards the central area. When they were still hundreds of billions of kilometers away, an angry roar shook the starry sky. The White Tiger's expression changed.
"The Black Tortoise is awake."
The Vermilion Bird said,
"The Black Tortoise must have been stimulated and woken up early."
Lin Moyu activated his undead vision and saw the Black Tortoise's soul flame. The soul flame was very intense, indicating the Black Tortoise's aura was very strong. But within the soul flame, there was a strange blood color. The blood color wasn't thick, but it covered the Black Tortoise's soul like a large net, as if trying to devour it. Lin Moyu realized something was wrong.
"The Black Tortoise is in trouble. Hurry."
The White Tiger roared angrily.
"Get on my back."
The Vermilion Bird and Lin Moyu jumped on without hesitation. The White Tiger's body was enveloped in fierce winds that distorted space. It seemed to use space laws to teleport, instantly crossing hundreds of billions of kilometers to arrive within 10 million kilometers of the Black Tortoise. Here, bloodlight filled the area. The net formed by bloodlines had firmly surrounded the Black Tortoise. The Black Tortoise was struggling desperately within the blood net, But the net was getting tighter and tighter. The black tortoise couldn't break free. The vermilion bird's eyes narrowed sharply.
There's even origin power.
When the black blood great world's origin shattered years ago, it broke into many pieces. No one knows exactly how many pieces there were. The black blood great world has been searching for the scattered origin power all these years. Who knows how many pieces they've found? They used 10 pieces of origin power to trigger the black blood frenzy earlier. Unexpectedly, there's still more here. The black tortoise's power was constantly purifying the black blood origin, but the black blood origin was very strong. The two were locked in an intense struggle. The white tiger said in a low voice,
The black tortoise's condition seems off.
Lin Moyu immediately said,
The white tiger's soul has been polluted.
The vermilion bird's heart sank.
Not good. The black tortoise can purify dark powers, but it can't purify its own soul.
This was the black tortoise's weakness. It couldn't purify its own soul. With its soul polluted, the black tortoise's purification power was much weaker than usual, putting it at a disadvantage in the struggle against the black blood great world's power. According to Lin Moyu's judgment, if this situation continued for another 100 years or so, the black tortoise would be completely polluted, turning from an origin divine beast into a puppet of the black blood great world. At that time, the great world's origin would be damaged again. The black blood great world might even be able to find the great world's origin through the black tortoise and pollute it. The black blood great world scheme was extremely vicious. Their various methods all ultimately targeted the great world's origin. Strong auras rose as two black-robed figures appeared in the starry sky. They wore identical clothes, carried identical weapons, and their auras were almost identical. Both were half-step supremes. Lin Moyu murmured,
2 half-step supremes. The black blood great world was hiding quite deep.
The white tiger snorted coldly.
Watch me bite them to death.
At this moment, the 2 half-step supremes simultaneously took out origin crystals and put them in their mouths. Their auras skyrocketed, almost instantly reaching the supreme realm. Origin power enveloped their bodies, not inferior to the white tiger and vermilion bird. Behind them, several more powerful auras rose. 4 Saint Lords appeared simultaneously. The 4 Saint Lords fused in pairs, turning from 4 into 2. After fusion, they also reached the half-step supreme level. 2 half-step supremes temporarily ascended to supreme using origin power. 4 Saint Lords became 2 half-step supremes through fusion. In terms of combat power, they now surpassed Lin Moyu's group of 3. Lin Moyu said,
Can you 2 elders hold them off without any problems?
The white tiger replied without hesitation,
Of course, no problem. This kind of trash, I don't even take them seriously.
The vermilion bird asked,
What are you going to do?
Lin Moyu said,
I might have a way to help purify the black tortoise's soul, but I can't be disturbed.
The white tiger immediately asked,
Are you serious?
The vermilion bird didn't doubt Lin Moyu's words.
All right, we'll deal with them. You go save the black tortoise.
Lin Moyu said,
It won't take too long. An hour should be enough.
The white tiger guaranteed.
Go ahead, I promise no one will disturb you.
Lin Moyu nodded slightly, took a step, and teleported, instantly appearing beside the black tortoise. He charged alone into the bloodlines. Countless bloodlines immediately covered Lin Moyu like a net. Gray mist rose from Lin Moyu's body as the bone hell appeared, instantly surrounding the blood net in return. The bone hell enveloped the blood net along with the black tortoise. Hell fiends rushed out and began to devour the blood net. On the other side, the vermilion bird and white tiger attacked simultaneously. Origin power surged as fierce winds and raging flames swept through the starry sky. Blood-colored sword light flashed as the black blood great world's powerful fighters swung their swords like rain, cutting through wind and fire. Both sides engaged in fierce battle. The starry sky rumbled as laws, rules, and space collapsed simultaneously. After 100,000 years, a supreme-level battle once again unfolded in the starry sky. 2254, 2254. Chapter 2254. Ice and Fire, Pain and Pleasure. The battle between Supremes was incredibly terrifying, especially when it involved origin power, elevating the intensity of the battle to unimaginable levels. The aftermath nearly swept across several light years, leaving the starry sky shattered.
Supreme, really strong?
Lin Moyu experienced a battle between Supremes firsthand for the first time, and just the aftermath nearly destroyed his bone hell. Fortunately, the vermilion bird and white tiger shielded Lin Moyu from most of the impact, allowing the bone hell to hold on. They had promised not to disturb Lin Moyu, allowing him to focus on his task. The blood-colored net was extremely sturdy, containing a large amount of origin power from the Black Blood Great World, making it difficult for the Hell Fiends to gnaw through. Lin Moyu approached the Black Tortoise.
My name is Lin Moyu, from the human race, a friend of the vermilion bird and white tiger. I know.
The Black Tortoise's voice was deep and heavy, clearly suppressing pain. Having one's soul eroded was undoubtedly painful, but fortunately, the Black Tortoise remained conscious. Seeing the arrival of the vermilion bird and white tiger, the Black Tortoise understood Lin Moyu's identity. In ancient times, the four origin divine beasts and the human race were comrades in arms, fighting side by side. Lin Moyu said,
I have a way to help you purify your soul, but it might be a bit painful.
The Black Tortoise's voice remained calm and deep.
I'm not afraid of pain.
Lin Moyu nodded.
Then open your soul world and let me in. All right.
Without any hesitation, the Black Tortoise chose to trust Lin Moyu. This trust came from the vermilion bird and white tiger. The soul world is the most important part of a being, and it's not something to be easily opened. Lin Moyu entered the Black Tortoise's soul world, which was vast yet simple. Originally, its soul world should have been pure and empty, with only its soul present. Now, the soul world was filled with blood-colored threads, densely interwoven, occupying most of the soul world, leaving little space. The soul itself was also entangled with numerous blood threads, which were continuously eroding the Black Tortoise. Lin Moyu observed for a while, understanding that the Black Tortoise's situation was dire, with its soul surface already eroded by the blood threads. Couldn't remove these blood threads on its own. Lin Moyu's arrival immediately triggered a reaction from the blood threads. A large number of blood threads surged towards Lin Moyu, who raised his hand, and flames ignited in his palm. The world-burning fire burned fiercely, surrounding his soul. The blood threads that touched the world-burning fire were instantly incinerated. The power of the world-burning fire was immense, capable of refining even the entire world, let alone mere blood threads. Seeing this, a gleam of hope flashed in the Black Tortoise's eyes. It knew Lin Moyu wasn't lying. He could indeed deal with the blood threads. Lin Moyu, carrying the world-burning fire, burned a path through the interwoven blood threads in the soul world, reaching the Black Tortoise's side.
It will be very painful.
Lin Moyu warned one last time. The Black Tortoise let out a low cry.
I can endure it.
Lin Moyu didn't hesitate any longer. The longer he delayed, the worse it would be for the Black Tortoise. The world-burning fire surged, instantly enveloping the Black Tortoise's soul, cutting off all the blood threads entangled with its soul. With all the blood threads cut off, they had no support, and the Black Tortoise let out a low, comfortable groan. Lin Moyu then directed a small flame to touch the Black Tortoise's soul, being extremely careful. The world-burning fire was too strong and could burn the Black Tortoise's soul if not handled properly. Fortunately, Lin Moyu had experience with self-immolation and knew how to control the intensity. The world-burning fire shrank into a small flame, burning the surface of the Black Tortoise's soul, not penetrating deeply. Wherever the world-burning fire passed, the blood threads crumbled, along with parts of the Black Tortoise's soul. As the soul burned, the Black Tortoise trembled continuously, letting out muffled groans. Lin Moyu asked,
Are you okay?
The Black Tortoise suppressed its pain.
It's stimulating. Keep going.
Stimulating. It was probably finding pleasure in pain, comforting itself. No one whose soul was injured would describe it as stimulating. Lin Moyu had experienced this pain himself. Just burning a small piece of his soul mark was excruciating, and the black tortoise had to burn its entire soul, enduring pain many times greater. Lin Moyu controlled the flame as carefully as possible, trying not to harm the black tortoise's soul. Soon, a section of blood threads was cleared, creating a gap in the dense net. Similarly, a small gap appeared in the black tortoise's soul. The gap was insignificant, but for the soul it was a considerable wound. Lin Moyu stopped, pointing his finger, and a white energy flew out, the power of life falling on the black tortoise's soul. The burned wound was nourished and immediately began to heal.
Refreshing.
The black tortoise suddenly roared, its voice filled with excitement. Its voice transmitted from its soul to the outside world, causing the vermilion bird and white tiger to pause in their battle. The white tiger exclaimed,
"What the heck? Why is the black tortoise so excited?"
The vermilion bird smiled.
"It seems something good happened."
The black tortoise was as steady as its body, rarely showing emotional fluctuations. For it to be so excited, it must be something good. They both knew it was likely something Lin Moyu did that made the black tortoise so excited. It seemed Lin Moyu's method was working. They fought even more fiercely, wind and fire roaring, enveloping the cultivators of the Black Blood Great World. The people of the Black Blood Great World also heard the black tortoises roar and grew anxious. No matter how they attacked, they couldn't break through the combined defenses of the vermilion bird and white tiger. After a few seconds, the power of life had mostly healed the previous wound. Lin Moyu resumed burning other areas, continuing his previous work. He alternated between burning and healing, gradually clearing the blood threads from the black tortoise's body. The black tortoise experienced alternating pain and pleasure, feeling both agony and comfort, like ice and fire. Half a day later, the blood threads on the black tortoise's soul were finally cleared. Lin Moyu released a large amount of life force, enveloping the black tortoise, making it feel extremely comfortable. Lin Moyu looked at the blood threads still densely packed in the soul world and snorted coldly. The world-burning fire exploded, sweeping through the entire soul world. The black tortoise's soul world roared continuously, and in an instant, all the blood threads were incinerated. The soul world became clear, and the Black Blood Great World's attempt to erode the black tortoise was completely thwarted. The black tortoise's deep voice resonated.
"Thank you."
Lin Moyu waved his hand.
"You're welcome. Rest and let your soul fully recover."
With that, Lin Moyu left the black tortoise's soul world. The Bone Hell was still contending with the origin power of the Black Blood Great World. The origin power was very sturdy, and the blood threads were difficult to gnaw through. The Hell Fiends had been gnawing for a long time, but most of it remained. However, the Bone Hell still had the upper hand. Given enough time, it could clear all the blood threads. Lin Moyu wasn't in a hurry and took his time. He transmitted to the vermilion bird and white tiger.
"The black tortoise is fine now."
Upon hearing this, both let out a long howl and fought with even more enthusiasm. After a while, the long silent black tortoise finally opened its eyes. Its roar shook the starry sky, and an endless ocean appeared out of nowhere. Origin power surged like giant waves, rolling and moving. 2255, 2255. Chapter 2255. Some things are hard to explain to you. The endless ocean contained the origin of the great world and possessed purifying power. Wherever it passed, the starry sky was purified and became clear. All powers not belonging to the great world were washed away by the ocean, completely disappearing. The people of the Black Blood Great World who were fighting fiercely with the vermilion bird and white tiger quickly began to retreat, trying to escape. They knew their operation had failed. The black tortoise had recovered, and if this battle continued, they would inevitably be defeated.
"Trying to escape? No way."
The vermilion bird and white tiger roared simultaneously. Flames swept across the starry sky, and beyond the flames were endless fierce winds, giving the black blood people no chance to escape. The ocean rolled in, and the black tortoise appeared above it. It rode the waves, roaring angrily from its mouth. The ocean exploded in the starry sky, almost instantly covering a range of several light years, vast and boundless, completely blocking the retreat of the Black Blood people. The black tortoise joined the battle, and the endless ocean surged towards the Black Blood people. The Black Blood people seemed to feel despair, knowing they could no longer escape. The two half-step supremes drew closer to each other. They took out the origin crystals from their mouths and touched them together. At the same time, the two transformed into polluted blood, flowing into the origin crystals. Terrifying power began to boil in the starry sky. Lin Moyu's heart skipped a beat.
They're going to self-destruct.
The self-destruction of origin crystals would be more terrifying than even a supreme self-destructing. If the self-destruction succeeded, everything within a light year would likely be erased. The black tortoise let out a low voice, filled with deep disdain.
It's useless. Your ancestors tried this before, and it was completely ineffective. Be purified, trash.
With its roar, the ocean raised huge waves, the origin power surging rapidly, completely enveloping the starry sky. The vermilion bird and white tiger retreated simultaneously. The white tiger shouted loudly,
We'll retreat first, we'll leave this to you.
The vermilion bird slapped the white tiger's head.
Why so many useless words? Let's go quickly.
At the same time, it said to Lin Moyu.
Retreat.
Lin Moyu didn't hesitate and immediately followed. The three retreated 10 billion kilometers in an instant. Boom! With a huge explosion, the origin crystals self-destructed within the ocean. The black tortoise roared continuously, its origin power erupting again, suppressing the explosion. This was a contest of origins. The black tortoise's origin power purified all powers not belonging to the great world. The white tiger spoke with disdain.
Trying to self-destruct in front of the black tortoise. No way. Don't they remember how many Supremes self-destructed in front of it before? The result was just like letting out a fart, gone with a poof dot.
The vermilion bird said,
The black tortoise has the strongest defense among us four, and it also has the ability to purify foreign objects. It can even purify the power of self-destruction.
Lin Moyu nodded slightly. Indeed, the self-destruction that should have swept across a light year only affected several billion kilometers of starry sky before being completely suppressed. The black tortoise's defensive power was not just its own defense, but also a defense for the great world. Unfortunately, such a powerful origin divine beast could not purify its own soul. Nothing in the world is perfect. Everything has flaws. The black tortoise could purify all things, but it could not purify its own soul. This was its flaw. All the power of the black blood great world in the starry sky was purified. The white tiger let out a loud roar.
Let's go.
It followed the bloodline tracking towards the hiding place of the black blood great world. The distance wasn't far. They arrived there in just a moment. It was again a drop of black blood floating in the starry sky, a very inconspicuous drop of black blood, but hiding the remnants of the black blood great world inside. Lin Moyu didn't say a word and directly used the bone hell to devour the black blood. The black blood exploded, and the black blood people hiding inside screamed incessantly under the encirclement of the bone hell. The vermilion bird said,
There's one more location. After dealing with it, let the black tortoise purify all the dark void.
The white tiger said,
The last location is outside the domain. We can't let them off either.
The vermilion bird said,
No rush. Let's do things one by one. They won't be able to escape.
A moment later, the black tortoise rode the waves and flew over, said to Lin Moyu.
Thank you.
Lin Moyu smiled.
You're too kind, Elder. I just did what I should do.
The white tiger joked.
Oh, black tortoise, this is why I say you shouldn't sleep so deeply. If it weren't for us, you would have almost become the black tortoise of the black blood great world.
The black tortoise shook its head.
It wouldn't have happened. If things were irreversible, I would have self-destructed.
The white tiger liked to joke, while the black tortoise was extremely serious. The two formed a stark contrast. The vermilion bird said,
"Don't waste time. Let's go to the next location."
Lin Moyu immediately opened a space gate, and the one human and three beasts headed towards the dark void without delay. In the dark void at the border of the Azure Dragon and Vermilion Bird Star regions, Lin Moyu and the Vermilion Bird had searched here once before but found nothing. Now, knowing the hiding form of the Black Blood Great World, it was indeed difficult to discover. There was no light in the dark void, only endless darkness. In such circumstances, without the white tiger's bloodline tracking, it would indeed be difficult to find. Entering the dark void, the three divine beasts all showed expressions of disgust. The power of the Black Blood Great World was too strong here. Lin Moyu said,
"We all say that the dark void is the scar left by the Black Blood Great World in the Great World."
The black tortoise spoke in a low voice.
Back then, facing the Black Blood frenzy, the origins of the two great worlds collided. The origin of the Black Blood Great World shattered, while the origin of the Great World was injured. As origin divine beasts, we also return part of our origin power to the Great World, thus falling into slumber. But we never expected such areas to form.
As it spoke, the black tortoise erupted with origin power, raising an endless ocean. Wherever the ocean passed, darkness dissolved, and starlight once again occupied space. The white tiger said,
"You purify slowly. We'll go deal with the Black Blood Great World first."
Saying this, it led Lin Moyu and the vermilion bird towards where the Black Blood Great World was located. It was still an inconspicuous drop of black blood, only fist-sized, hidden in the darkness, completely undetectable. Neither the soul eye nor the undead vision could detect anything unusual. Even if Lin Moyu had conducted a carpet search, he would still have missed them. It must be said that the hiding methods of the Black Blood Great World were indeed astonishing. There was no resistance here this time. It seemed the Black Blood Great World had exhausted their methods. Lin Moyu directly used the bone hell to devour them. Watching the black blood people struggle and die in the bone hell, Lin Moyu felt neither joy nor sorrow. At this point, he could finally breathe a sigh of relief.
"At last, it's all taken care of."
The white tiger said,
"There's still one location outside the domain, quite far away. After the black tortoise finishes purifying the dark void, we'll go there."
The vermilion bird said,
"No rush for now. I think we should go find the Azure Dragon."
The white tiger asked in confusion,
"What for? Do you want to wake it up too? That guy, apart from fighting and killing, what else can it do?"
The vermilion bird glanced at it. The vermilion bird's gaze was like looking at an idiot, clearly not wanting to explain much to this guy. The white tiger angrily said,
"Vermilion bird, what's with that look?"
The vermilion bird said,
"Some things are hard to explain to you."
The black tortoise flew over, its gaze somewhat serious.
"I can sense the origin of the Great World. The situation of the Great World is very bad."
The white tiger's attention was immediately diverted.
"Right, you haven't told me what happened all these years. What exactly happened to the Great World? I also feel something's not right with the Great World."
The vermilion bird said,
"No rush. Wait until we see the Azure Dragon, then we'll talk about it together."
The white tiger huffed angrily.
"You're keeping me in suspense."
The vermilion bird ignored it, clearly meaning,
"That's how it is. What can you do about it?"
The black tortoise had a steady temperament and wasn't in a hurry. 2256, 2256. Chapter 2256. Not the limit of laws. Wherever the vast ocean passed, darkness retreated and the starry sky regained its clarity. The dark void was truly vast. Even with Xuanwu's speed, it would still take many years to purify it all. White Tiger was too impatient to wait. Under its nagging and urging, Vermilion Bird and Black Tortoise had no choice but to temporarily pause the purification and head to the Azure Dragon battlefield first. After all, the purification wasn't urgent and could be continued later by Black Tortoise. Space gates opened repeatedly as the one human and three beasts quickly entered the Azure Dragon battlefield. White Tiger clicked its tongue.
Space gates are really convenient. Too bad your realm is still a bit low. When you reach St. Lord, you can cross 100,000 light years each time. At Half Step Supreme, you can cross 1,000,000 light years each time. Now that's fast.
Lin Moyu remained expressionless, but inwardly thought.
So Luotian has already reached Half Step Supreme.
Back then, when Luotian opened a space gate to send him 1,000,000 light years away, Lin Moyu lacked experience and thought Luotian was just a Saint Lord. He didn't expect Luotian had already reached Half Step Supreme. Lin Moyu asked,
Then as a Supreme, wouldn't space gates be able to instantly cross tens of millions of light years and reach the edge of the world?
how big was the great world anyway? Probably only tens of millions of light years or so. Even if it was a bit bigger, it couldn't be that much larger. Other shore, Saint Lord, Half Step Supreme, each level increased the distance by tenfold. By that calculation, a Supreme Space Gate should indeed be able to cross tens of millions of light years. Vermilion Bird said,
It doesn't work like that. Space gates have a limit of 1,000,000 light years. Even the Space Heavenly Sovereign back then, using his origin power, could only instantly cross 2,000,000 light years at most.
Lin Moyu said,
So that's how it is. Space gates actually have a limit.
Black Tortoise's deep voice sounded.
All things have limits. Some things may seem limitless, but that's only because we haven't found their limit. It's not that they don't have limits, but that we can't find them, or we've reached our own limits.
White Tiger shouted,
Black Tortoise, you slept for so many years, but you still talk like this. Can't you say something people can understand?
Black Tortoise said.
It's hard for me to explain to you.
It tossed the exact same words as Vermilion Bird back at White Tiger, infuriating White Tiger. Lin Moyu felt Black Tortoise's words made a lot of sense. It was like an ordinary person seeing an impossibly tall mountain they couldn't climb, thinking it must be the tallest mountain in the world. They might not realize there could be even taller mountains beyond. Ordinary people only see their own limits, not the true limits. Lin Moyu said,
I think perhaps this isn't the limit of space gates, but our own limits.
Vermilion Bird pondered for a moment.
What you say makes sense. I hope you'll be able to see higher mountains.
Black Tortoise said,
If you can get through this, perhaps you'll have the chance.
White Tiger looked confused.
What are you all talking about? Can't you say something normal people can understand?
Vermilion Bird and Black Tortoise turned away simultaneously, ignoring this guy. White Tiger's intelligence was really beyond help. Entering the core area of the Azure Dragon battlefield, Lin Moyu finally saw the last origin divine beast, Azure Dragon. Azure Dragon's body glowed with a blue-green light, its form not much different from the divine dragons of the dragon race. It slept motionlessly in the starry sky, with a faint blue-green light radiating from its body. No origin aura was emitted. Even from billions of miles away, no aura could be sensed. This was different from divine beasts like Vermilion Bird. There were no other cosmic beasts here, but looking beyond the area of billions of miles, many fragments could be seen floating in the starry sky. The fragments emitted the aura of divine sovereigns, dead but not decaying. They were the shattered remains of cosmic beasts. They had died here, torn apart by an invisible force. Vermilion Bird said,
Within 100 million kilometers is Azure Dragon's killing domain. We can't get through.
Among the 4 origin divine beasts, Azure Dragon had the strongest combat power, far surpassing the others. Vermilion Bird and the others were equivalent to Supremes. With their origin power, they could rival peak Supremes. But Azure Dragon could fight head-on with heavenly sovereigns. However, back then among the 4 divine beasts, Azure Dragon was the most severely injured. It was unclear how much it had recovered. Lin Moyu asked,
Then how do we awaken it?
Black Tortoise said,
I should be able to.
Vermilion Bird also nodded.
All right, be careful. If you can't do it, come back and we'll think of another way.
White Tiger said,
Get ready, I'll give you a boost.
Black Tortoise retracted its entire body into its shell. Then with its shell facing Azure Dragon, White Tiger whipped up fierce winds that pushed Black Tortoise towards Azure Dragon. With White Tiger's assistance, the shell's speed was much faster than usual. The method to awaken Azure Dragon was similar to White Tiger's, requiring a certain degree of stimulation. As soon as the shell entered Azure Dragon's domain, a deafening rumble sounded. The starry sky shook as space rippled like waves. The shell emitted a watery light, resisting the attacks from the killing domain. The power of the killing domain was very strong. The shell's speed kept decreasing. At this moment, White Tiger roared again. Its body enveloped in fierce winds, it charged forward, accurately hitting the shell a second time along its trajectory, giving it another boost. The shell accelerated again towards Azure Dragon, while White Tiger immediately retreated. Through his soul eye, Lin Moyu saw White Tiger spraying blood from countless wounds. By the time White Tiger returned, its body was covered in horrific gashes. Lin Moyu waved out life force to heal White Tiger. White Tiger's injuries quickly recovered. White Tiger excitedly shouted,
That should do it. TSK TSK, Azure Dragon's power is really terrifying.
Vermilion Bird said,
Azure Dragon's origin power governs killing. Of course it's powerful.
Azure Dragon's power wasn't leaked externally, but concentrated within its domain. The more concentrated it was, the more it proved its strength. The shell's speed decreased again under endless attacks. At this point, Black Tortoise erupted with its power, waves of water pushing it forward. Couldn't stop. If it stopped now, all their efforts would be wasted. Lin Moyu and the others watched nervously, hoping Black Tortoise would succeed. Finally, after being pushed by wave after wave, Black Tortoise managed to reach Azure Dragon. With Black Tortoise's roar, the waves suddenly became violent. Its speed abruptly increased as it crashed into Azure Dragon like a meteor. Azure Dragon's body flashed with blue-green light, blasting Black Tortoise away with a bang. Black Tortoise was sent flying millions of kilometers before finally leaving Azure Dragon's domain.
Did it work?
White Tiger asked dazedly. At this point, even Vermilion Bird wasn't certain. Black Tortoise had indeed hit Azure Dragon, but whether that was enough to wake it up was hard to say. Lin Moyu used his undead vision and saw changes in Azure Dragon's soul flame. The originally calm soul flame began to grow active. Lin Moyu's soul also sensed this change.
It worked. Azure Dragon is starting to wake up.
White Tiger said,
How do you know when even I don't know?
Lin Moyu said,
I can sense Azure Dragon's soul becoming active.
Vermilion Bird said,
Your soul is very sensitive.
Lin Moyu nodded. His soul was indeed very sensitive, far surpassing others. Vermilion Bird continued,
Having a sensitive soul is a good thing, especially if you want to become a supreme or even a heavenly sovereign. It gives you a huge advantage. A sensitive soul doesn't guarantee becoming a heavenly sovereign, but all heavenly sovereigns have sensitive souls. The heavenly sovereigns call this soul sensitivity spiritual perception.
2257